such an asshole.
All right, banging them out here again. $100 minimum super chat, so don't donate unless because I got to get through it. Hi, Aaron. Quick background: 23 years old, just got out of the military in October after doing 5 years. Just moved to a town. My good friend lives there, and he offered me a place to stay. Plus, the economy is booming in that area. Also, less liberals, which is great. Anyways, I'm planning on going to the university for engineering, and in the fall. All right, so you got 8-ish months, 9-ish months. But I'm stuck with what to do in the meantime. I just want to make some money to get settled here before I dive into school full time. What type of jobs do you think would be best? What would you do? Maybe something that would provide good life experience. I know there's many jobs that no one wants to do the whole life, but doing the work was a good life experience. Not interested in food service. Thanks, Nick. So thank you, Nick. All right. Boy, you could play your cards really good on this one. Let me tell you my main thing that I would have you do. But boy, man, there's some jobs out there you could work. You don't have to go to college, but it sounds like let's just assume you want to go to school for engineering. You got the GI Bill. I don't want to plant too many ideas in your mind. That's legit. Sounds like you're committed. So you're going to go to school for engineering, right? First thing, all right, that you can do concurrently with getting a job. Have you thought about attending school online and just knocking out some prereqs? Like, go to the university that you're going to attend. What are you waiting for fall for? I'm not saying you got to go full time, but man, trust you me, majoring in engineering, you're going to, whatever, and Athem will testify to this. If you could alleviate your course load by just a class or two, while you take hardcore, physics, math, chemistry, whatever other type of engineering classes you're going to be taking, that's going to make it a lot easier for you. So like for the next 9 months, if you were just take you could easily fit 2 classes in. All right. And you could get your Marxist leftist BS classes out of the way. So go online, go to the community college that is part of the university of the state you're in's system. Find out if you could take some classes, all the credits of which would transfer. So at minimum, you don't have to have a full course load of all these BS Marxist leftist piss away your time studies. All right. So, your English composition, your Psych 101, your Econ 101, just can you bang them out either in person or online in the meantime? Just part-time school, like nighttime or something like that, or from the convenience of your computer. All right. So that right there is what I'd look into. All right. And if you can handle more, because let's admit, Psych 101 is going to be that hard of a class. English comp, really? Well, you got to learn English again for the 48th time. Got to keep these English majors employed. Oh, you mean the ones who never write book and never become something but teachers because they're just teachers and they can't do, they can only think? They can only teach? Can't even think, you can only teach. So that would, because you do have 80 hours a week. All right. So I would almost mandate, like, in addition to work, you go and you pick up a class or two here or there that would count towards your degree. All right. So there's that. Then going along with the strategy that you're going to be going into engineering, use the GI Bill full time. What I would do is try to find a job that allows you to work. Now, obviously, famously, I did security. And man, we had a saying, and security is security. Because admittedly, we had to do crap shifts at first, and I'd be out on patrol and walk around and escort and all that. It was very cold and miserable. Sometimes it was fun. But then you got up to the point where you get a desk assignment. You get a desk detail. We just sit and you could do your homework. Now, it doesn't have to be security, but whether it's security or another job, usually those sit-down study positions don't open up until you put a couple hours in. Now, that may not be the case with today's labor market. They may just be desperate, and ideally you may want to be like a night watchman where you're left alone. You do not want to work daytime corporate security. You do not want to be a desk security guard during the daytime, because Tina and Karen will always lose their keys. Somebody loses it. No, you don't want nothing to do with those people. You want to be squirreled away in a warehouse in the middle of freaking nowhere, left alone. All right. And you kind of insist on that because there ain't no other reason to work a security guard job. But whatever job it is, and usually you can increase your chances by finding a nighttime shift, nighttime work overnight. I would try to line something up like that. You could be a dispatcher. I mean, search it, whatever. You could be, I don't know, the desk person at a dorm. Some kind of job where you could study, and it has to be where you can study. Don't take this, well, I mean, if they promise you, like, yeah, we'll have you work, like, you got to do 3 patrol shifts for 1 nighttime shift. All right, take him. Because in that time, you'll be able to work yourself up to where you can earn that sit-down shift. But I'd almost aim for the sit-down shift, whatever that might be, going forward. So then by the time school rolls around, you got your routine, you got your schedule, you maybe work the second or third. All right. Like second shift, you're going to start like 16:30. Still in my mind. 17:30. All right. People are going home. But then by about 1900 hours, traffic's gone. You got at least 6 hours of studying or 5 hours of studying. That's what I'd be looking for, because that's ultimately going to double dip and assist you with study time and money to go and become an engineer. And that's what I would aim for. Now, in that town, if all of a sudden the opportunity to work on an oil rig comes up and it pays $75 an hour, because your whole point of becoming an engineer is to make 60 grand starting, well, that's $30 an hour. But if they can use some roughnecks out there and the pay is $75 an hour, well, you got some time to use the GI Bill. Let's just hold off. Let's not be hasty. In other words, don't pigeonhole yourself into like dismissing other opportunities. But bar the unlikely chance you're going to find a $75 an hour job, a starting pay, you want to find some kind of job that'll help you work. And what's great with you being ex-military, you got the GI, not the GI, you got the VA, so you don't really need health insurance. It doesn't need to pay health. I forgot to mention this. I don't know what the state is like, but you may have to get licensed to work a security guard. I'm not saying you have to work security, but if you were going to go that route, you might have to get a license. Look that up. Also, I would get your carry conceal permit, because that bumps up your pay another $4 or $5 an hour, because then you do armed security, and that usually comes with extra pay. Extra risk, but extra pay. But you were in the military, so you, I'm sure, are familiar with firearms and risk. And that's what I would do. And then you're squirreled up. You kind of got a system down. Maybe you go work for multiple companies. It doesn't have to be one firm. But really reconsider, because like, let's say you work 40 hours a week. You're going to be bored. You're going to have lots of study time. You'll be on top of, you're going to have something else to do. I say you go take a class or two online or in person. Just do it at night, so you don't have like the hardcore Marxist feminist hating of the peen-eyed peeps people teaching. All right, there we go. Any super chats? No super chats. Boom. All right, look at this. See you guys later. Toodles.